Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks. And as you can see here on the screen, there are currently more podcasters on this screen than in the Lulu tribe has tribe members.
Ooh,
Um,
Strat.
as you can see, my co-host, Brian.
What's up?
BDK.
Hello.
Yeah, God. Brett, part of Emily's Goons, formerly Gabler's Goons.
That shit was fire, and I'm stoked to break it all down.
And friend of the show, co-host of the Strat Chat podcast, Kyle Petty.
Happy to be here.
Look, I do want to talk about a lot of the things in the episode. I do think there are some things to point out and talk about different alliances forming and stuff that are going to be relevant going into next week that we need to discuss, and we will go back. But I would be remiss, and I think everyone wants to just get our opinions and hear it. Lulu's the worst tribe of all time. Right? Like they're the undisputed champs. Like they got 2 belts. They're holding it up. Yeah. They unified it, right? I mean, can anyone think of just? I mean, one chick quit. One dude died multiple times. Got voted out. They lost every challenge outside of winning a bunch of fruit. I'm glad that this is what they're gonna walk away with the survivor memories of the lovable loser Lulu tribe. Oh God, yeah, it's just everything. Like it's comical, right? Like, all right, Bri, you start, and then we'll just run around the horn.
Yeah, as soon as they won that reward challenge, I knew they were not going to win the elimination challenge or the immunity challenge. It's very common in this survivor that like they're all happy, like, oh, we made it, blah blah blah, and then it's like dropped down like 3 pegs. Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. They stink. I said it a couple episodes though. I think Xander's tribe that was also yellow is very similar to them. They had some pretty pathetic people. And I also saw on Twitter that like all the things that Bill said, and then they also added in like half the tribe didn't even vote. So just another notch on the pathetic belt.
Yasi, you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 cool points to you for even remembering that.
I hated that tribe. That's why I hated them.
Yeah. I don't know. I was hopelessly optimistic here. Like I really did think that like this is going to be the turnaround for Lulu. I can't be the only one that thought that. You didn't think of some good things for Lulu? Like maybe they had found their stride at this point.
Yeah, what do you think?
No, you were the only one that thought that. But I mean, I'm gonna be real. They had been trouble from day one. I mean, hey, for the ones that managed to survive this atrocity of a team, I guess congratulations, you got some fruit. You bring that home to your friends and tell them that.
I won fruit.
Brett,
I forgot.
Hey, I won fruit once in Survivor. What did you do?
What did you win on Survivor?
Yeah. That's hey, you got that going.
That
for
first
you
chick might be the smartest one.
Fruit is like an old school challenge where Caleb, it was his time to shine. You basically have to have one athlete on your tribe, and he's got to like shoot baskets for days, and he won that thing easy. I enjoyed it. It was a good challenge. I just wish it was an immunity challenge and not like just a reward.
Brett, I love your point about them never having like 2 in an episode. When I was writing the notes as Jeff walked up, I was like, I guess it's immunity challenge. And I typed immunity challenge and they were like, reward. I was like, reward. Like, all right, cool. I guess like I wrote your exact same thing. Talk about a stupid reward. Who the hell just wants fruit? Like, they can find fruit on the island, right? Like, I want some meat. Like, I want some. Give me. I don't. Right? I'm crazy. Like, I just think it's a lame reward.
What happened to the Applebee's sponsorship from season?
Yeah, we're the Whoppers.
They used to do
Applebee's, baby.
They used to do reward challenges all the time in the old seasons. They have.
I was gonna say. I feel like they
did, but that's
right.
I mean, another notch on how terrible the new era Survivor is. They cut that stuff out. They
whoa! They're making changes, right? They are making changes. We are at 90
I know you're being
sarcastic.
I know you're being sarcastic because we're usually walking on the same stride on all Survivor opinions. So yeah, it's. I knew it, and then you look at the timestamp. You're like, oh, there's still 45 minutes left. You know that this is not the end because they're not gonna. She can't melt that candle for 45 minutes. You know what I mean?
Or
and didn't I say that? I said that last week. I was like, this is what you need to do. And she did it.
We'll get to that.
I'm smarter.
Before jumping that far ahead, though, these challenges, as much as I enjoyed, this was the challenge from season 41 where I forgot her name. the girl, the mom that was with Erica, this is the one where she get flung on her face and failed.
Yeah. The girl in the blue tribe.
They need these in immunity challenges, and they need like literally no challenge in the modern era where do survivor players like actually touch each other and get physical. And that's what Australian Survivor's doing. They get physical. They rough it up, at least in the early stages. I think we need that back.
They also made that ball throwing one slower because remember, like what Brett is saying, the girl that I don't remember her name, but she failed so many times. The ball was moving quicker. They have all these ropes set up, but I felt like every half the people were already there. In the old one, they had to dive to get it, and I thought again, just to me.
Shout out Heather. That's it, Heather.
You're right.
Heather. What's her name? I don't know. I hope this is a little bit of return to form here. You know, we're doing these 90-minute episodes. Let's bring back the reward and immunity in every episode. Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't still have that. Like, that was such a staple back in the day. Like, why can't we have that now? Especially with an expanded episode. Like, come on. Like, there's no good reason to not include those things.
I mean, they have the extra half hour, or I guess half hour. They might as well at least continue bringing back like the tribal life, which we bitching about for a while, and then if they could add on that extra like reward challenge, absolutely, let's do it. And then if we could even get back to even doing the good reward challenges where it was like, all right, you're gonna go to this little place to eat or something or whatever, and everybody gets their turns, and it's like real strategic. That's like throw that in
I don't think they will. I don't think they will, man.
I don't either. I don't either, and I don't understand why. I just have a feeling about it, but it's annoying because that's what everybody wants.
Bring the pasta challenge back. That was the one. That was the best one. I want to see
for what
throwing dishes into the bushes.
Or bring back even the auction. I don't understand what's up with that.
The auction is coming back.
The auction is coming back.
We just don't know when it's coming, but it is.
They
announced it. It's coming back, Kev.
All right, you heard it here first, folks.
I want to start running through just some of the stuff that I think is going to be relevant going into next week as far as the camp life and the alliances, because we do know we're getting the shake up next week. The Bellow tribe, Jake has a little bit of like a seizure, falls into the fire, he comes back. He's like, oh, I'm good. It's just my stress. Kendra talks to Jake about like where he stands, and this is the first time they really communicate. But this is really big for him because she goes back to the girls and the girls alliance and basically says like he's not as much of a threat as we thought. He's not strategic and mean like we talked. I think that's important for him with that dynamic of like where the Bellow tribe will go. They haven't had to go to a tribal yet, just like Reba, what we'll talk about. But
they need to go.
Bellow has not been tested yet, and I want to see it because it will draw the lines really quickly. What do you think, Brett?
Dude, I want Bellow to go. I want them to go to tribal. I thought they were going this week. They did not. I think the tribes are about to switch at this point after this episode, but I really wanted to see these lines tested because like I thought Jake was at the bottom, Bruce was on the bottom-ish. Now Bruce is on the bottom. Now Katura is also on the bottom of the Bruce. I'm like reshifting everything I thought before. Sabaya and Katura are no longer front runners for me. Emily all the way.
I mean, Katura, I love. Katura has been sounding the Bruce horn for a while. She does it again this week. She tells Brando to talk about it, like talk about Bruce. But like you said, I think they won. I mean, this is an advantage, right? They keep winning. They don't have to worry about tribal. But it's going to be really interesting with the, like, you know, however the switches happen. And then we do eventually get to the merge to see how that tribe specifically interacts, I think, because I don't mind Bruce.
Dude, I think that's when it gets good for everybody.
Yeah.
For all these ones, when you have a shitty group like Lulu that's going to get continually thrown in, these other groups have never dealt with like adversity in any way that when going gets tough, and actually now they're like in the thick of the actual game is when it comes around and people start acting crazy. That's what I like. That's why I'm like almost okay with Lulu being the way that they are. Like throw all the attention to them, effort, but it's gonna get good in the next couple weeks. Hopefully, it better, or else.
I hope it moves to 2 tribes for a few weeks and then goes to merge, because this tribe's getting so dwindled down. Because I mean, I hate 3 tribes so much.
Same. I never like that.
It's dumb.
I think it
Kyle,
might.
do you like 2 tribes better than 3 tribes?
I do actually. 2 tribes is way better.
So much better.
3, it's just.
Well, it takes away
I get it.
what I said. Where
It does. Like it's fun for
like
in a certain way. Yeah, there's certain drama that can be fun with 3, but like you don't have enough votes to really make this interesting. So like it's either going to go one way or the other. Like there's never a third way that something can go. So like
I want to see like 4 names like they used to, where like people in the first week are voting for like
everyone's all over the place. No one
like,
knows what to do. Just writing names.
Of this one person that's been loyal to these people, but you really don't trust it anyway.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere being like, boom.
Here's a Survivor twist. What if they did 4 tribes like they did once or twice?
No, Brett. We just
tell them you're going to 3 at this point. You're going to 2 at this point. When like
2 nights
ahead of time where they're going, and they strategize around. Oh, we know when the merge is happening. We know when the switch is happening. And we know when XYZ, so they can plan ahead. And then the real chess players will come out on top.
Here's another Survivor idea. Have them go for about 30 days before filming so that they're really just like irritated. And then we only get to watch when it gets good.
I've been saying for years that they need to do a cold weather season of Survivor somewhere. Like it doesn't have to be like Sub-Zero, but like
I agree with
like,
you.
know, 20 degrees.
And you only have one
place,
pair
like,
of pants.
You know, like say like a challenge episode, like where they have like the puffy coats, like that, like the whole season though, and they're in like
that's the reward. You get coats or you freeze.
Yeah, like things like that.
You have a
Clinton coats
tent big enough for everyone.
Listen,
and somebody still has to sit outside and watch for polar bears.
We know Jeff doesn't want to leave Fiji because he's got like a compound there, and they have the whole production thing. So like, Jeff, go buy like a ranch out in Yellowstone or something, and we'll do it out there. Like, you got the money, bud. Like, come on.
Survivor on Ice.
Survivor Canada. You got Survivor. You got Big Brother Canada. Let's get Survivor Canada.
Yeah, Survivor Canada, eh?
Hail PI, whatever you call it. Yucatan Peninsula.
Survivor on Ice.
Jeff does the whole show on ice skates.
I think it should be like Survivor Alaska. Honestly, I think that would be sick, dude.
That would be fun. With a cameo from Sarah Palin.
Yeah, she can. Yeah,
she come and show them how to shoot for fucking elk.
And
we should talk about Reba though. Reba had a lot of activity this episode too, because mainly around the immunity idol stuff. Austin and Drew versus Julie and Dee within their own alliance, them getting caught trying to find the thing. They couldn't find it on their own, and how they had to progressively unlie a little bit throughout the episode to solidify the 4. Do you guys think the 4 is pretty solid going into the flip?
Yes.
What do you think?
Me?
Whoever.
No.
I mean, yeah.
So who was it? It was Dee, and who was the other person in
Julie,
that?
Dee, Drew, and Austin.
I don't think Julie and Dee are really in this. I think they are in this for as long as Austin and Drew will have them. But I think at the end of the day, they'll be ready to cut them loose first chance they get. I don't believe in this 4 as a real thing at all.
I think the vice versa. I think Dee and Julie are the smarter people of the 4. I think we have Dee, Julie, and Emily somewhere near the final 3, and then Emily wins.
Any chance you get, you just want to inject Emily into the conversation. Anybody talking about Emily. We're talking about Reba right now.
Emily's gonna choke on a nut and die. Like, this isn't gonna happen.
I renew myself to Emily's goons, so we stand for Emily right
Emily's goons. Let's see.
I'd rather look smart than look not that. I
mean, some of the
yeah. You're really proving it right there with that statement.
If I'm right, I'm right as full.
They threw Sifu under the bus. Like, Sifu was dating. So we told him about Sifu. Oh my god, they're so funny.
He does like rap metal. Is that what he was singing?
Yeah.
I don't know what that.
I want to hear some of his. I'm gonna find him on SoundCloud.
Interesting
Apparently
about
his guitar is sick.
I do want to
My
mention.
roommate said it was awesome. He was a legit musician because he had a really good guitar.
I do want to mention about that advantage, and it's the same one that comes into play for the candle later on. It's the idea that you could sacrifice you could use it as an idol for this week. You could sacrifice it for a week and it leads you to the merge. You could sacrifice your vote for 2 weeks and you can take it to the final 5. I just kind of want your thoughts, guys. Like, how you, not even specific in those situations, but like, what would you think about that? Like, advantage, has it been that something like that in the past?
I don't think so.
No, but I like her. I mean, not necessarily to what you're saying. I actually thought her gameplay was good there. Like, I would have probably done. Who's to think that what happened there was going to happen, and if it did, who cares? Like, you might as well hold that till the end.
Yeah. You're talking about
Sabaya?
Yeah. Is that not what we're talking about?
Yeah. No, so this reward, when this popped up early on, I was like, this is the most insane stipulations they ever put on an immunity idol ever in the history of the game, right? Like you have to, like usually you get an idol and it's like it's good until it's not good.
Right.
Recently they've started putting like, hey, you got to use it by this time, which kind of like takes the effects away. It's interesting though, because the moment this one popped up is when I was like, there's rules on these idols. Like they didn't all uncover them the same way, but they all have the same rules, which later plays into the final travel tonight, where that basically is like the downfall. So
Happy's a good.
Were we not talking about that there with what I just said? You were talking about that idol, right?
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, the idol that Reba found that had the same power that the candle.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were talking about Reba. Oh, my bad.
No, it's all good. Let's hit the immunity challenge real quick, and then we can honestly just like talk tribal and close out and give our thoughts going into next week. Classic immunity, blah blah blah. Race out with the cart, release 2 keys, 2 heavy puzzle pieces to put on a cart. You take the cart apart, you go to the barricade, reassemble. One person's the spotter, everyone else has to put the cube together. This is the one where obviously Lulu stinks and doesn't do well with it. Just as a heads up, like Brett said, going into next week, Julie and Dee sat out for Reba. Brando and Kelly sat out for Bello, just as far as they will definitely be in the competitions next week. I wonder if that resets because if they get changed or there's only 2 tribes, whatever, but currently that's who will not be able to sit out next week. Interesting note from this one was Bruce cursing and upsetting the children. Everyone was very upset because Bruce was being, God forbid, was having a little bit of intensity. Caleb did need to get out of the way. He was in the way.
Wait, what do you mean? He was cursing at him?
Yeah.
And who was getting pissed?
Just people were like, Bruce, you don't need to communicate like that. You don't like that. Like the group. It seemed like they were like the children were upset.
They do on Survivor.
I didn't see that part. That's ridiculous.
Sucks.
Anybody have any real comments on the immunity challenge? I will actually quickly bring up the fact that Caleb, from them winning the reward challenge, Caleb did get to go over and they did go to Reba. They took the fishing gear, but more importantly, he did give that positive, advantage.
The goodwill advantage.
Yeah, the goodwill.
The Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, it's a Napoleon Dynamite. Exactly.
He's pretty good. He got a lot of information.
Oh yeah,
from that tribe. So I mean, I think the sky is high for him.
That is true. I liked him until he gave away a lot of information too. Just
exactly.
Yeah, you got to keep it in.
Right, is amazing. He's a great.
But I mean, like legitimately, the dude's like, "Oh, you're the only one that knows about this secret," and then he comes back 2 seconds later, and
spills the beans.
He has 2 other people there looking at the X that marks the spot. So,
are you talking about Drew? Okay, yeah.
Oh, is that not Napoleon Dynamite? Right.
No, that is Napoleon Dynamite. I thought you were talking about Caleb.
Sure.
This is Survivor. You don't win by being an amazing player. You win by getting behind the amazing players, and that's how you win. Which is why Emily wins.
So, I mean, we'll bring up Emily right now. Brett was actually the point I want to bring up is because Emily does make the deciding move here in this episode. Obviously, the tribe Lulu, they're going to Sabaya and is going to say, hey, we're going to get rid of Caleb. He's really strong, really social player. We lose. We should get rid of him. Obviously, they do lose. It's set. Last minute, Emily goes to him, tells him to his face, like, this is what's going to happen to you. Obviously, then Sabaya does also take her own vote away, which I would have loved for her not to, obviously, just to see what the 2v2, how the scenario and the anarchy would have went. That would have been an interesting tribal. But she does make the move. Caleb does listen, and it does lead to Sabaya being voted out. I'm just curious. I want to get everyone's just reaction to how this went. Brett, we know how you feel, how this one went. We'll get your thoughts. But Kyle, Brian, Kev, like, what do you guys at least think about how this turned out?
From a game point of view, it was a very good decision for Emily to go this way. Like, we've got Sabaya, melting her idol in front of everyone. The way this would have ended was with Sabaya being safe, not needing to use her idol, and now getting to carry that going forward. And everyone is too new to each other. Even in a game that we're several weeks in, you can't necessarily trust that any idol will be shared. But most certainly at this stage, because what is this, day 6? Yeah. Like, we really, really can't trust that Sabaya is going to share this idol. Like, this is most certainly hers, especially with the start that Emily and her got. So it does make good sense, for Emily to vote her out. It's just so hard to root for this woman because she's so gross.
Don't hate.
But it doesn't mean she's not making good game decisions like that, and that's what's tricky. Like, there's a part of me that wants to root for her because I'm so passionate about the game, but like,
that's why I said it from day one that she was going to win. I said it before Brett that I think she's going to win the whole thing.
I'm hoping that she's getting. You guys watch Australian Survivor. I'm hoping that she gets that AK edit. Remember this season with AK, and it looked like, oh, this person is a mastermind, like, oh, blah 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 blah, and then like pre-jury, out of here. Like, I'm hoping that that's Emily's end, and that's why we're getting a lot of Emily right now, because we're not going to get her at the second half of this
King George edit. If she's gonna,
right, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for. So
Emily is like an easier predict, and then if you get it right, you're at 1%, less than 1%, and you predicted it. And then if you pick anyone else, you're kind of like you're shooting crap on a board. Like, it's not gonna matter. I could pick like the last, like Katura. I think she's not long for the game. Obviously, Sabaya, I thought she was decent. She left tonight, so I'm all in on Emily at this point.
How sick of a world would it be? We get to a world adventure where you could like sports bet on like reality competition.
They used to do this. They used to do that, but it wasn't like, it was like
DraftKings kind of.
Well, they still do that with kind of similar to like what we were talking about with the Bachelorette. Like, guys get or girls who vote on it, like at the end, it's like a pool. Like, oh, I picked this person, but
I guess yeah.
There's no odds. You're talking week to week.
That would be so funny, right? Like, if you could do it that though, like live once, that would be dope.
Do you think that like her just being so confident that she wasn't getting voted out and just like dealing with her candle is like kind of why Caleb flipped?
I don't know.
That candle right in the fire. It was so.
I mean, that was kind of badass, and that's what I like.
It was badass. I said
really
last week you need to do a little
really
sneakier.
was.
You need to do a little sneakier and like put it on the torches in the back. But she just
my only other suggestion, like throw it in water somewhere.
This is the first thing I wrote down was like, the moment Sabaya puts that candle in the fire, you need to rip that bitch out and throw it out. Please get that shit the fuck out of here, man. Come on.
Well, they don't know that.
If you're voting her out,
know what
get
that
is. The fuck out of here.
Was it? Is it
like
Steven?
That, actually,
is Steven the other guy on the tribe?
How would they know what that
Sean.
was? The
Sean.
point? Like,
he's like over there, like he's like pouring water on it. Like,
Kev, I guess it would have been in the woods.
Just helping.
He's
like a minion.
Sean is.
Yeah, look at Brett not preventing forest fires. Like, dropping the cross.
She was funny. She's like, I'm gonna let it cool for safety.
Yeah.
Told us so.
Jeff was.
I wanted her to be in the game longer. I liked Sabaya.
Oh yeah, Jeff was loving that.
It was cool. Like, I wanted to see her like
I liked
to
her
interact
too.
with other people and all too. Like, that's the shame of it. Like, it's like the first person that's gone from that tribe that I'm sad that's gone, right? The first couple three, honestly, was like fine, but now her, it's like, oh, that sucks. Or first two, well, now that sucks. Or three, yeah.
No, I mean, I thought she was like a winner picker type person, but she's getting like too headstrong. She was like, oh, I'm just gonna burn this idol in front of everybody and melt it, and I'm gonna keep it. And I don't know. I don't know what was gonna.
I think I would have used it though if I was her.
Yeah.
And I melted this thing out. Like, yeah, I got to vote, but I'm going to use my idol anyway. I'm going to use
it
dude. At this stage.
Dude.
No, the whole reason
that is
she
a game
did it was
winner.
She needed
that is
her
a
vote,
that
and then
is
she gave it away.
No, that is an argument to the end. Oh, I used that. I was smart enough. Where my lines
too early for an argument,
but it wasn't.
Yeah, but
right. I mean, it's a game winner if you didn't go home, but you did. So
well, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just saying, like, I in my head, I would have done the same thing.
Can't trust people.
Man. I think.
I mean, if you're bold enough to just throw it in front of everybody right then and there, then you might as well use it for the best.
Exactly. They already know you got it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
She overestimated her bonds with Caleb and underestimated the bonds with Emily and Caleb. So.
Right.
Plus, she has no idea what that Lulu tribe is hiding.
I mean, I think it was a good idea for her to not use it, except for the circumstances where like she was getting shat on by Emily, the winner.
Oh my god. So next week does look like we're getting some tribe flips. I think it showed Brandon with. I thought it showed him like a yellow.
Brandon, I thought Brando?
Not Brando. I mean, Uncle Bruce.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't think he had a yellow headband on to me in the trailer, which would be interesting. So I don't know what they're going to do. They did. And again, I would love it to be two, but I could see them just like swap.
I think they would change the color if it was two.
Yeah.
I think what they would probably do is just send one person out. Like, you remember when they did that where they just like.
Yeah, they would even it out.
They just like rotate it. Yeah.
Drop your buffs.
Yeah. And vote out two of your people to go over to Lulu.
What if you're wearing your buff as a shirt and he's like, drop your buffs?
Sorry.
That is good. I thought about that. Yeah.
Drop is drop. That's on you.
If I was on it, I'd wear it.
He's wearing it as pants. He just pulls his pants down.
We were talking about trying to fit on the bus for Amazing Race. Like you need to wear a buff.
Can't do it, Jeff. This is me.
Yeah, we should all. If we all had buffs, we should all try them on and see how we do.
Yeah,
that's a Patreon episode.
Yeah, it's like an OnlyFans episode.
Right. You're damn right it is, because it'd be way too much.
I don't know what the conversation
of my naughty bits coming out. If that was the case,
send me the buff in the comments.
I'll try it on. I know what I'm getting prepped for.
Brett has a buff.
It's not a buff. It's off brand.
Look, I thought it was a great episode. Honestly, I'm really looking forward.
It was awesome.
I'm glad we had everyone on. Before we say goodbye, though, Kyle, where can everyone find you?
Oh, everywhere. Strat Chat Pod. Everywhere you want to be, including Blue Sky. Even though I've kind of dropped the ball on that thing.
Send me an invite.
Yeah, you haven't sent us an invite yet.
You didn't actually formally ask for one. We have invite codes. We got invite codes for days. So, right, like Strat Chat will let you into the.
I'll message you off the air then.
Absolutely, yeah. Please message me. We're live twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. We also do Survivor. We do it on Mondays, though. We're a little late to the party. We're doing the challenge. Obviously, Big Brother. Come on.
Now, you guys do great coverage for it. You guys are legit, consistent.
We love Big Brother. We love Big Brother in the Strat Chat house. Yeah. But that's Mondays and Thursdays for sure.
Obviously, make sure you're like and subscribed here and on TikTok. We covered The Amazing Race. We cover everything and anything reality TV. There's literally too many to name. This week is jam-packed. We have premieres this week, next week.
So busy.
A lot going on. So you'll see a lot more of all of us here in the next week. So for myself, Brian, Brett, Kevin, Kyle, thank you. Peace.